How's it going, everyone? David Hedge here, House Hedge Gaming, and it's the beginning of the Halloween season, and I thought what better way to start it off than by doing one of the scariest videos that I could possibly do on this channel, and that is a question and answer session. So I had a few questions come up through the YouTube comments on Facebook and in person, and I wanted to answer some of those for you all. So without any further ado, let's have a little chat. Okay, first question I got is, what are the differences between working with an exhibitor versus going on your own to a convention? Basically, what are the pros and cons of working with an exhibitor? And it depends on the exhibitor you work with. And the biggest thing for me, the pros of it are, a lot of the time you're going to have a lot of stuff covered. So for this year for True Dungeon, I had hotel covered, I had a stipend that covered my gas and my parking, I had my badge covered, and I got some cool swag. The flip side of that, though, is that I had to give up time at the convention itself. So I gave up the night gaming. I gave up the nightlife for Gen Con, which from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., I was working. But I still had the exhibit hall. I still had the games during the day. And I had freedom during that whole time to where I could still check out the convention. But at night, I had to work. And I was more than fine with that. It was a great arrangement because I wanted to see as many games as I could during the convention and during the exhibit hall, and I was able to do that. But if you do volunteer for an exhibitor at a convention, do keep in mind what you'll be giving up, like what you'll be volunteering, and then figure if it's going to be worth it for you to go and volunteer and work with an exhibitor, demo a game, or to work the sales booth or anything like that, but knowing that you won't be able to get the full experience of the convention. Now, if you want the full experience, then plan it out months ahead of time. Get a group of friends together, start figuring out the hotel, figuring out the driving situation, all that stuff. So then you're ready to go when it's time to hit the road. And then you're able to do whatever you want during the day or the night, plan out your trip, you're all set. But if you volunteer for an exhibitor, be mindful that one of the things you will need to do is that you'll be giving up some of your time at the event. So as long as you're fine doing that and be able to get compensated for it and get a lot of stuff covered, volunteering for a company is definitely really beneficial. Like, it definitely helped me out this year to get to Gen Con and to be able to get to do a lot of the stuff that I did. And I am very thankful for True Dungeon being able to give me the opportunity to work with them. And I'd love to work with them again if they would like me to be with them. So, but that is the pros and cons for me of working with an exhibitor. Is that the pros, you get a lot of stuff covered for most part, but the cons of it, you do have to give up a little bit of your time at the convention, but to me, it's well worth it. Next up, what non-gaming events would I like to cover if I'm able to? So since it is the Halloween season, it just makes sense for me to bring this up, but this is an event I want to go to if I ever have the chance, and that is Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. So I've just recently started getting into horror movies, and a lot of it was because of Dead Meat with James and Chelsea. I'll include a link to their YouTube channel below. They really helped me get into horror movies because I was able to see the behind the scenes stuff and everything, and I just got fascinated by it, and it was really cool to see all this different stuff that came up. And it opened the door to a new genre of movies that I never really watched growing up because I had an evil older sister that I love to death. But she's traumatized me with a My Buddy doll that she had me thinking that it was Chucky. So when I was growing up, I had the My Buddy doll, and I carried that sucker around. So when Child's Play came out, I didn't really know what Child's Play was, but my sister started telling me about it, and I'm like, oh, really? And I'm looking at this doll and everything. I'm like, this, okay, it's just a movie, right? So she took this rubber knife that she got, and she taped it to the hand, put it on her shoulders, and this doll was on her shoulders with a knife to her neck. And she comes up the steps, and she's screaming bloody murder. And I'm just sitting there like, dumbfounded the whole time. So as soon as she put that doll down, walked away, I simply picked the doll up, threw it in the trash can, didn't think anything else of it. And a few days later, found out she took that doll out of the can, and I was in the shower, And I was oblivious. I was singing all that stuff. Next thing I know, that doll is on the commode. I open up the curtain. I see the doll on the commode, and I haul butt out the shower, butt naked, getting ready to run outside. My parents stop me. I'm like, no, the doll, the doll, the doll. And my sister was laughing her butt off. So the next day, I took that doll, took it in the trash can, threw it, and it was a trash day that day. So it was garbage day. And I sat there on the porch, and I was just waiting. I'm like, waiting for the trash. And my mom came outside, and she was like, son, you gonna go to school? And I'm like, nope, I'm sick. Nope, don't see me going to work. Don't get me see me going to school. Well, for a kid, school and work. And I waited until that dog got picked up and thrown in the trash can. And that was my non-love affair of Child's Play. But thanks to Dead Meat and all opening that door, I was able to start watching the Child's Play movies and start watching the TV series and then watch all these other horror movies and all. To where I would love to go to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights and be able to experience that that big grandiose event and see all the scare zones and the haunted houses and everything. I would love to do that. I would love to also check out the ones local to me, which would be Busch Gardens, King's Dominion, and there's several here in the Roanoke Valley that's like Terror Manor, Blue Ridge Nightmares. If I ever had the chance to check those out, I definitely would and post them on here so you all can check it out. But the big one, if I ever had a chance to check out Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights and got a chance to go through that and show everyone on here what it's like, I would definitely take the chance on that. I would love to do it. All right, next question is, why do I put the rebuilding the house? Why did I start that? So I had somebody ask me that, and they're like, well, aren't you afraid people are going to make fun of you and all? I'm like, you know what? I've been made fun of all my life. When I was growing up, I had stuff thrown at me. I was called everything under the sun. I was called the sun. I got made fun of a lot when I was growing up. And I wanted to do something to have a record of my journey since the beginning of the year. And just to see where I've gone through and what has happened those weeks. What I started doing, what worked, what didn't work and everything. And just have a record of that. But also for my mental health, just to see what happened that week. And just to remind myself where I've been and the trajectory that I'm going. And I post them, and I don't really mention it on the channel, except for right now. But then people started commenting on the videos and being supportive and everything for my journey, and I'm very thankful for that. And it means the world to me. And there are times when I do those check-ins, and the mental part of it's really rough. This year, my dad's cancer came back. As a wrestling fan, two wrestlers one that I watched growing up and one that I watch now are no longer with us. And most recently, lost somebody who I used to work with in Sheldon Menery. And it affected me a whole lot. Being able to do those videos and to be able to just get that off my chest and put it out there definitely helped me out a whole lot. And you know, some people, like a lot of people are going through their own struggles right now because this world's crazy. And some people are going through struggles mentally, some people are going through struggles physically. And I've had people comment going like, hey, I'm going through stuff as well. Like, I'll support you, you support me. Like, we'll support each other. And I love doing that. Like, because it's better to support each other and help each other, build each other up, and get to a better place in our lives than to just tear somebody down. I've never been one to do that, and I never want to do that. I'd rather put a smile on somebody's face and help build them up than to be a nasty son of a gun and tear them down. Unless I'm in a squared circle in the ring. So, but I just wanted to do that to give myself a record. And I'm not afraid to put that stuff out there because I'd much rather do that and have it be therapeutic and get it out there because everybody's going through their own things. And it's my way of also showing that they're not alone. We all are going through stuff, and people are out there to listen. People are out there to help each other. So let's just help each other become better people and build each other up to where we can succeed in our weight loss goals, succeed in achieving better mental health instead of tearing each other down. Because there's too much of that going on in this world. And I'd rather give somebody a smile than kick them in the butt in the best way that I can describe it. But that's the reason why I do it. And I'll continue to do it for as long as I can. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Okay, so that was just some of the questions that I've got over the past few months. And I wanted to answer them on here. And I thank everybody for asking the questions. And hopefully I gave some good answers for them. But thank you so much for checking out this video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let everyone know that House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs. So until next time, everyone, stay safe and take care, my friends.